Back to Burning Rubber Garage. We're going to finish up the air shock install. Justin's here with me. He started looking to running the line back here and putting the air inlet valve there. I think that's where we're going to put it. There's a little, see if you can see it there. It'll just kind of hang down. It's kind of what we got going on the Camaro too. Should be easy to fill up at a gas station or something. You don't want to throw a lot of air through these lines. I think you'll jack them up. But what we got to start with is we do have the one line ran already over the gas tank. It's going to come back to here. We're going to put the T in front of the gas tank and then split out to the shocks, and then we'll put the wheels on and raise and lower it, I guess.
Heck yeah.
I don't see anything being too crazy. I'm not super sure how these little fittings are going to go, but apparently they hold.
Yeah, I mean, it's low pressure, so we shouldn't be too bad. If we were running, 60 psi into them, then I would question it. But
and then we went to the parts store and we gave them. See if you guys can see that. We gave them that, and you can see there's a pretty good size difference in line there. They gave us this, which is awesome and will not fit. So now we have fuel issues. We needed something a little bigger. Thanks. Was it Otto's? It was O'Reilly.
It was O'Reilly.
Thanks, O'Reilly.
Shame on us for not checking it.
We gave him the piece, and he went behind the counter, and this is what he brought back out.
We were more concerned with getting airline, though.
And we had to, yeah, as you guys saw in the last video, Monroe went pretty stingy on this airline, which I can see why now. This little supposed 3 feet of airline hose, I think they call it hard emissions tubing. You can see it right there, 47417. It was at O'Reilly and AutoZone.
It was $6, $5.
It was $5 for just this little, and it doesn't even feel like 3 feet. But anyways, that's enough of me bitching and moaning. We'll get under there and see if we can't get these airlines going, because I'm kind of excited to see it slammed out and then raised up. So we'll get under there and we'll bring you guys along. All right, as you can see, he's got one airline in, and then we got the fitting there, and we should have a cap to go on it. I'm gonna throw the cap on, because that's about all I'm good for today. Can't even do that part right. So we got the cap on there. The airline's got, we're gonna have a little bit of extra line with that 3-footer. Otherwise, I think we would have been really tight. We'll find a way to get that tied up. If we have to, we'll
Drill and put a clip right
dude, we
there.
could just hook it to that.
Yeah.
Probably use a couple zippies. But yeah, we'll run it. We'll come out here, and then from there we go to this, and so you'll have the line coming in right at about in here somewhere, and then we'll split out to each shock. The biggest problem we're going to have is this pipe is pretty good size diameter for having duals. I mean, sometimes when they go duals, they go small and then they flare it out up here, but we should be able to get around that without it getting too hot. So he's got the first step done. Let's go ahead and jump towards the second one. Yes, I'm shooting it from under the car. The airline's going to come out here. We're going to go over and under right there. And then from there, we're going to go right onto here where we meet the T here. The T is going to connect to the actual filler neck, and then we're going to go over there and do about the same thing over there. We don't have the same hoses and lines, but he's got a nice spot to zip tie. Should keep things far enough away from the exhaust. I know this stuff gets really hot because it's a lot of engine pushing heat out, but there's a lot of big pipe here too, so it should help dissipate some of it. But I think it'll be good, don't you?
Oh yeah, it'll work.
All right, we'll show you once we get the T put in. All right, so as this instruction show, you have what you're going on to. You'll have your wire, which is what we got here, or your hose. You'll have your little O-ring, and then you've got your little nut that kind of screws on the top. So what happens is this goes over it, pushes that down in, and then it seats it down in there, and that's what supposedly is enough to keep low pressure from coming out. So we've got this line set up, ready to go. We'll just have to slide that down to there, tighten it on, and then it should all lock up nice and tight. So with that there, that's probably the only tech tip I'm going to give you today. The rest come from Justin.
All right, guys, over here on the passenger side, I've got my fitting on. Like Cam showed you earlier, make sure you get your O-ring in there or you will bleed air. Got a mount point here, mounted it up, keep it clear of the exhaust, mounted it to that collar, And then we're going to run it along those lines out to the T.
What we've done over here is we've got, I think it's very similar to what he did on that side. I've got it into the shock. We zip tied through these 2 holes that were probably holding something at some point or were intended for something else. And then there was already a hole through the frame right there. So we ran it through there, and then we zip tied to these lines to keep it away from the exhaust. I think that's a fuel line, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like a fuel line.
So it shouldn't get hot. Plus it's going to act as kind of a shield, the first level of protection from the plastic line with the metal line. He's got a few more over there, zip ties. We'll go through there and trim those out. And then we'll put our T probably in the middle there and just tie them to those lines. And then we'll hook that, we'll go get the right hose. And we can do the fuel thing too and see how it works. So thanks for watching so far. I'm pretty excited. We did hit 500 subscribers, which is pretty sick. I think we're at like 515 or something like that, which is awesome. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and we've seen more shares too. So I just wanted to say that it's pretty awesome. We're getting some followers just in time for winter, but we'll keep doing stuff in the winter. So next time you see this, we'll have the T-fitting put in. Probably see, or maybe you can't see. Let's get this light to shine up in there. Hidden up behind those lines, the T-fitting. You got the line going that way, you got a line going that way and that way. Everything should be done up. We'll see if we can't get you guys a shot, something like that, so you can see what it's doing. If it crushes the GoPro, I guess that's just all for the shot, right? Yeah. But everything's in. It wasn't too bad, minus the initial getting the damn shocks off. So airline, it's set to about 30 psi. Justin, I'll tell you how you're supposed to do it.
So we're supposed to run them, inflate them to 90 psi. Once you're inflated at 90 psi, you want to go through all your fittings. You know, spray it with a soapy water solution, see if you're getting any air leaks. If you are, cut them, redo them. But really, I mean, we should be all right. So
we should be okay. I'm gonna see if we can. I guess maybe you want to film it, or you want to film it.
Sure, you all film.
All right. Hopefully, you guys aren't too pissed off with the hissing in the background. That's just the compressor doing its thing. But here we go. Let's see if it does anything. It's going up.
Yeah, that bag's definitely raising.
Well, I think we're good. We're going to go ahead, put 90 psi in there, check it. I don't think we're going to have any problems. We usually do pretty good on the first try. So.
Yeah, I think we'll be all right.
But you guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this install. Once we get it down on the tires and wheels, we'll kind of show you the range it can go from all the way aired out to raked up in the back end, because I think we're going to be able to, the tires have never really been, the top of the tire's always been kind of hidden behind that. So we'll see if we got more range now and less range to tuck it. So. Cool.
Sweet. Sounds good.
So one funny thing about this, and Justin noticed it before I did, is before you've had your car here, and it's usually been sitting like here, you'd kind of be able to see this lovely tiger paw emblem that it'd be sitting right about there. But look at this now. I can get my hand in here. It's a big difference. And we're only running 40?
40 psi.
40 psi. So with that, we've got... probably air them down to probably about 20. They said don't go below 20, I believe.
Yep.
Man, that's cool. This has been a fun little project. I mean, nothing too crazy about it. Lugs are behind you there. The gun's almost in shot.
What's that?
It's almost in camera frame.
Oh, yeah. I had to take it off while I was crawling around under the car.
Let's try that. We got, these guys got to go on, and then we'll have to lift it up a little bit. I like to go in a star pattern. I think he does too. Yeah. So if I did this one, I'm going to go to this one, and I'm going up to this one. Come over here. And I'm not really worried about getting these cranked on tight. We're going to set the car down. We've got everything put in. We don't have any leaks. We use tons of soapy solution, 90 psi. The car, it's cool because look, now it actually springs back up. Before I was pushing it, it wasn't doing anything. I'll hand the camera to him, and he can tell you where we're at now, and then we'll fill her up and we'll go from there.
All right, we are at 24 3/8 of an inch, and that's at what, 20 psi?
21, somewhere in there.
We got just shy of, or just over 20 psi in the bag. So I say let's crank it up and watch this sucker move. 24 3/4, 25 inches.
Okay, right there, let me check and see what we're running. That's at about 49.
Okay, so
You might need to turn the compressor back on to go any higher, huh?
25 and a quarter.
We're only at 50, so it only went up 1 psi. I think we're out of air in the tank, but it's too loud to run while we're going. But you can see how we probably have another inch.
Yeah. We'll go kick the compressor on, take it up to 90 psi and see where we sit.
Show you where it's sitting.
All right, we're at 26 inches so far, and
That's 86.
so at 86 psi,
We're over the tire.
you can see that we're at, oh, my angle's kind of bad, just about 20, just over 26 inches, and we do clear that tire.
That's so cool.
I mean, I can get my hand in there flat, so.
And now the car's raked up a little in the back, if that's the style you like. Someone was saying you could put these on the front too and really kind of adjust your ride, but yeah, this car could probably use it. I don't think it was made to have, suspension was made to have a big block there, so the air would be helpful. Should we lower it down?
Yeah, let's lower it back down.
Ready?
Yep.
There, we're at 48.
What do you think? Maybe 30 psi?
I think 30 would be perfect. That's 34, 33.
For a good stance, and then, you know, we'll have to obviously go run it and see how it feels. But
It might even need more than that in the back. Looks like we're hauling some big friends in the back. I don't know. We'd have to get it out and look at it. For that, we'd have to put gas in it. So we're gonna have to probably put gas in it.
let's do it.
Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you like this. I don't know what the next thing is for this besides carburetor tearing into it. So we'll see you on the next one.
Peace out.